What's up everyone, welcome to another video by CGF. In today's video, it's gonna be all about the Samsung's latest flagship phones, the S20 Plus and the S20 Ultra. We will compare these phones with the last year models of the Samsung S10 Plus to see whether you should be upgrading your phone or not. So let's dive into it. As the time progresses, the phones become expensive, and that's what happened with the S20 series. The last year models were priced at $899 USD at $999 USD for the S10 and the S10 Plus. The Samsung S20 Plus and the S20 Ultra started life at $1199 and $1399 respectively, or you can say it is for 74,000 rupees or 98,000 rupees respectively. Samsung always gives you heavy discounts on their last year models, so you could get it for a cheaper price now in all the international markets. But the hike in the prices for the latest models of the S20 series is due to two main reasons: the 5G technology and the camera sensors they have placed in these phones. So after pricing, the second point that comes up to our mind is the chipset and the software. Every year the chipset changes on the S series. The S20 lineup came with 865 Snapdragon for the North American market and the Exynos 990 for the other global markets, whereas the S10 came with Snapdragon 855 and Exynos 9820 chipset for the global market. The software used in the S20 series is the Android 10, which is now also available on the S10 lineup through an easy software update. Now moving on to the third point, which is the RAM and storage. So the S20 Plus and the S20 Ultra has 12 gigs of RAM and 128 gigabits of storage, which can go up to 1 terabytes of storage as well for the S20 Ultra. The S10 Plus had 8 gigs of RAM and 128 gigabits of storage, but keep in mind that there is an extendable memory slot available for you to increase the storage if you like. Now coming to the most important part is the design of the phone. Every year, they radically change the design of the S series lineup. The display size on the S20 Plus and the S20 Ultra are 6.7 inches and 6.9 inches respectively. The S10 Plus came with a 6.4 inches display. The screen size has rapidly increased every year, but it's time that smartphone companies stop doing this. The important point here to understand is that the phone is meant to be carried inside your pocket and should be easy to use with one hand and has to be more user-friendly. The screen is less curved on the S20 Plus and the S20 Ultra as compared to the S10 Plus, which is actually a good point which the company is making right now. The volume buttons on the side have been moved from the left side to the right side for the S20 Plus and the S20 Ultra. Kudos for removing the dedicated Bixby button, but not for the headphone jack. Every company is resisting the need of the headphone jack as it ups the sale for their Bluetooth headsets, but every now and then you need to have a wide headphones. On top of that, the front camera positioning has changed from the right side on the S10 Plus to the center on the S20 lineup. Now coming to the back of the phone, they have repositioned the Samsung logo from the upper side to the lower part of the phone. It's difficult to understand how Samsung would market their phones if you can't see the Samsung logo. Now coming to the most awaited feature of the phone, which is the camera. The S10 Plus had a 12 megapixel main camera, a 12 megapixel super wide and a 16 megapixel telephoto lens. Whereas the S20 Plus and the S20 Ultra has 4 cameras on the back. The main attraction here being the 108 megapixel main lens on the S20 Ultra. The camera software on the S20 series has been evolving since the release of the phone, as it had many problems with autofocus and the 108 megapixel camera capturing slightly warmer pictures. When you compare these phones all together, you could easily see how Samsung has upped their game. Here are some of the comparisons for you to see. So the next point which we have covered is the battery. The battery on all of these are 4100, 4500 and 5000 mAh respectively. The significant increase in battery size is due to 5G compatibility and the 120Hz refresh rate display. Which brings us to our final point, which is the gaming experience on these phones. The 120Hz refresh rate helps you with lag-free gaming experience as compared to the 60Hz on the S10 Plus. The point here to be understood is that the 120Hz will drain your battery quite faster, but I could live with that as the S20 Plus and the S20 Ultra comes with a 25 watt charging adapter as compared to the S10 Plus 15 watt charger. So in simple terms, I would say that the S20 series is definitely an upgrade over the S10 Plus. If you want a phone which is 5G capable, or if you're looking for a good upgrade, then S20 series should be your choice. But keep in mind, it will burn a hole in your pocket. So that's it for today's video. I hope you liked my viewpoint on these phones and would leave a comment and a like for my efforts. And do not forget to subscribe if you're a gadget freak like me.